What's going on, everybody? Look, I know you guys see the thumbnail, but come on. We are gonna talk about the legend, okay? Kobe's gonna be right here next to me. The legendary Kobe Bryant. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into everything. And let me just say this. Michael Jordan, I'm sorry. I genuinely, this is not clickbait. I believe Kobe is the best. I'm sorry. I know, LA thing, but Kobe is the... Sorry, I'm so sorry. I know other people have, but truly, just genuinely, for me, Kobe, and we're going to get into it, and let's talk about it, all right? It's sports time. It's Kobe time. Let's go Mamba Mentality. Now, with that said, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the OTS podcast. I am your introverted, but sometimes extroverted host, David. And look, guys, it's been 5 years now since the death of Kobe, and we're going to get that out the way first. Okay, first, we want to pay the homage, the tribute, and just to remember, it will never be forgotten, obviously, Kobe being the legend that he is, especially in LA. We want to remember he passed away on January 26th of 2020. And, we want to remember, we want to continue his legacy. Of course, remembering his daughter, Gigi, and, just continuing his Mamba mentality and just what he's done for basketball and the entire world. So I just want to say, Kobe, we miss you. Kobe Bryant, you are a legend in LA. You will literally be forever. And so, it's crazy because when I first heard the story, when I first heard the news, I was actually, I was at church and, I was just like, after everything was over, I was looking through, my phone, and my previous company, the chat room, it was blowing up. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Do I have to come into work? Like, what's happening, right? And so I just look into my phone and they're like, they're sharing the article, the helicopter crash, Kobe passed away. Oh, is it a hoax? There was so much news articles, and I'm like, bro, this is fake. Like, this ain't no way this is real, right? And so I look into it, and because everyone's posting it, and I look on Instagram is blowing up. Like, it was literally, I was like, oh my goodness, hold up. Is it real? And so come to find out that Sunday, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely real. And so definitely, I can't really describe the feeling. Obviously, it was sad. My heart was just, it was at a confused state, right? Because you don't expect Kobe to, go out like that. On top of that, with his daughter. And so I was very just at a mental, float, right? And so it was crazy. And then when it really hit me is when all the basketball players started to react, right? Like the games, everyone did the tribute. Everyone did the 24-second shot clock tribute. Like, everyone was just like, it was very emotional, right? All the players, just that grew up watching him, all the NBA guys, it was all about Kobe. And so that was probably the most emotional part. But, that just shows you how much Kobe was such an impact to NBA, the players, people, humans, just everybody, right? Aside from everything that, that's bad about him, that's talked bad about him, right? He's such a selfish player. He's so ignorant. He's like so, whatever, power control driven with the wrong motives, whatever you want to say, all the drama that he's been through, but you cannot take away his basketball obsession, that Mamba mentality. You cannot take it away, okay? So we want to just, remember all the good things, right? There's more good than bad, obviously. So we want to continue to let that legacy, his legend, keep going. Even if you're not from LA, all the Celtics fan, everybody, like all the rivals, everybody obviously has love for Kobe and for ultimately what he's done. It's just basketball, right? But, everyone has that respect and love. So Kobe, again, he's made such an impact. His stats are through the roof. And, his championships, obviously it's a little lesser than Mike, but still Kobe, he put his all. The man was obsessed, right? And we're going to break down all the Kobe moments. All right, I'm going to even give you my favorite Kobe moments, okay? And so I want to hear your Kobe moments because there's too much, okay? Honestly, we need like 5-part series to do Kobe like episodes, right? But we're gonna try to compact it down and get to all the good parts. Okay, so as I mentioned, Kobe is a legend. I'm from LA, born and raised, and ever since before I knew basketball, Kobe was already relevant. Kobe, Michael Jordan. You just hear all these names, right? Like you don't have to be a basketball fan, but you heard these names, especially if you're from LA. So I could attest that Kobe was a legend, okay, beyond basketball. And then, I started watching him. 8th grade, is when I started to play basketball. And I try to, obviously, like, I didn't take it too seriously because it was just for fun. I went to a middle school that, loved playing basketball. So I got into that, and everyone does the Kobe, right? You ball up your paper and you shoot it. That will be forever like Kobe. Now it's Curry, which Curry is amazing. He took over, but every time you shoot a ball, we used to say Kobe, and all the 90s babies will know that, especially if you're from LA. So please go and give it a like. All my 90s, everybody who just loves Kobe, who are Kobe fanatics. There's probably way more fans, bigger fans than me, but just know it's just genuine. This is not for, viral or anything. It's just Kobe is just genuine to me and to those around me. Like people that I know, my friends, the crew that I work with, like we obviously respect Kobe. And, again, like I said, I have an LA bias. I'm just saying that he is probably the best, because I will say though, I'm gonna say this, okay, maybe not Michael Jordan, because Jordan is crazy. I mean, basically Kobe got everything from Jordan, but I will say he is better than LeBron James. You know why? Because Kobe literally, if you want to just go by stat, obviously he has a crazier resume than LeBron. Kobe is clutch. He's a killer. I get it. LeBron's a more, he's about teamwork, very high IQ. But you're saying who's the best player, NBA player, single player, then it has to be Mike and then Kobe. I'm tired of the disrespect. Everybody disregards Kobe because obviously he's not here with us no more. And I get it. LeBron, he's amazing. He's like top 5 ever. But you cannot, like, I don't like the fact that LeBron is above Kobe. Okay, I don't like it, okay? You see this, Kobe, okay? He's been killing since high school, probably even younger than that. But I just want to say Kobe, because he's done a dunk contest. He's done the Olympics. He's done everything. LeBron, no dunk contest. Like, he hasn't really, not only just that, but just, all in all, pound for pound, come on, man. Like, you gotta put Kobe. But now I know the LeBron fans, if you're gonna hate and do all that, it's fine. That's your opinion. And this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this isn't to stir up anybody, but I'm just gonna give you my thoughts. And if you have something to say, please leave it on the comments below and we'll respond and we'll get to that. But anyways, I'm gonna just say it right here, man. I'm telling you, Kobe, you have to respect it. His 3 is much sharper. His fadeaway, his instinct, his will, his dominance is just much more than of LeBron James, okay? And I get it. LeBron, he passes and he has a little jumper, which is cool, but clutch-wise, the Mamba mentality, the will, Kobe's will is far beyond any player, in my opinion, other than Mike. Michael Jordan, he's just a killer, okay? He's just a killer. He's the one that started it. Kobe pretty much picked up his game after Mike. So, you can't really say anything about the legend, okay? But I truly believe Kobe is like a number 2 from all the years basketball has been played. Like on the planet, I believe Kobe, he has cemented himself as the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Like, come on, man. Like, look at this, man. Like, how can you, like, with a man like this, his passion, his obsession. Now, the word obsession is pretty powerful. If you're obsessed with something, this is all you do. You don't go out. There's so much Kobe stories, right? Like Kobe doesn't never go out. He don't go to the clubs. He's rich, but all he does is go back to the gym. Let me tell you, NBA these days, they're all young, right? So it's easy to just go out, and because you have money, your parents are good, whatever. Like you're in place, right? But then you could easily be, distracted. Like, let's be real. If you have that much money and you're famous and you made it to the NBA, you might want to like relax a little bit. You want to just like take it easy. But Kobe, nope. This is what he did. This is what he did right here. He never stopped. All he wanted to do was keep winning, be a champion. And these days, NBA, I don't know, man. These young kids, They're messing with guns. They're trying to be social media famous. They're trying to do other businesses, which is fine. You should get more money. You should invest. You should because there's more to basketball, right? Right? We get it. You're more than just a player. You're more than just dribbling a ball. You're a businessman. You're an entrepreneur, right? We get it. But Kobe, come on, man. Like all he did, his number one priority was basketball, guys. Like, please, like if you made it to the NBA, I know. I mean, who am I to say? I don't know, right? I mean, I have no idea what it's like to be an NBA player, but I'm just saying, Kobe, like he's done it. He has shown the steps and like what it takes to become the player, that he is. What it takes to become a legend, what it takes to have multiple championships, and that's what it's about. So Kobe, like he really set the tone for everybody. And again, now it's kind of like being watered down. There's so much, other stuff, other basketball. Times have changed. NBA has evolved, and a lot of things changed since Kobe, obviously. But again, we want to respect, and let's just continue to let's not put Kobe like 3 or 4 or 5. Okay, he's number 2 to me. Okay, please, if you have anything to say, I love these topics. I love the sports debates. I know it could go forever and ever, but I'm gonna just say my top 5. Okay, I'm just gonna give you straight up right now. Top 5 for me personally will be, yes, Mike. I'm sorry, I said it in the beginning, but I was just kind of hyped like this. I was very hyped. That's why I said Kobe's better than Mike. But I'm saying I will give it to him. Michael Jordan. I get it. He's great. He's the greatest. And then Kobe is a right close secondary, okay? And then is LeBron. Actually, to me, LeBron, okay, LeBron, and then Steph Curry for sure. Steph Curry. And the 5th one, I almost want to say is Shaq. I know there's so much more players, but I think Shaq, he's crazy. He's dominant as a big. He's probably the biggest guy. Now, centers easily, I think he's number 1 or like top 3. But in terms of overall, for me personally, I believe, yes, those top 5. I'm gonna say it again: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Curry. Now, LeBron and Curry could intertwine, okay? I'm gonna give it to Shaq for number 5. So that's my personal top 5, and there's so much more. There's the McGrady's, there's the Magic Johnsons. There's like so much amazing, crazy, legendary players, right? And so give me your top 5. Let me hear it. I know it's gonna be crazy. You're probably gonna think my list is crazy, but let me hear your top 5 all-time NBA players. This debate will literally go on forever, right? You've heard this. This has been talking about since the beginning of basketball. Oh, who's the best? Who's the GOAT? Who's the top 5? It will keep going, so I might as well bring it, just continue it on in 2025. Who's your top 5? Let's hear it, okay? Because there's a lot of new players, but you can't forget the old. You can't forget, what they've done. Watch some highlight tapes, and you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? So I just want to dig a little bit more deep, actually, to the Mamba mentality, right? It's just, I don't know, man. It's hard, right? Not anyone could have it. It's about being disciplined. It's about being relentless. It's about the refusal to quit, right? Quit in like quitting is literally not an option, right? And so, and the word obsession comes to mind when you have the Mamba mentality. Like Kobe had it. Kobe basically, he began something that is very good for the younger kids. That Mamba mentality for kids, it could go a long way. And not just sports. I'm talking about your studying, your education. Don't ever quit. Just put your 100%. Podcast, obviously, right? It's not for everybody. It's not easy. I get it. Even myself, I'm still trying to be disciplined, and like there's so much more that I need to improve on. But I'm saying Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant showed it all. Think about the team, other than the team that he was in, like that team with Smush Parker and like Kwame Brown and all these, man, that was like the worst season ever. I think coach was like Rudy Tomjanovich or something like that. That was literally the Lakers' worst season. And I'm just like, I remember seeing that season, like I was so embarrassed. I was like so sad. I don't know what has happened to that team with Smush Parker. I blame Smush. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your name is Smush Parker, I'm sorry. I don't think you are, enough. But Kobe, he tried to do it. It's a different league. It's like a different league back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a different, like, at the time, it was hard, right? There were so much great players, and like Kobe, it was hard to lead the team by himself. But anyways, I mean, he's a legend for what he's done already. I'm gonna get to the top moments right now, but dude, what he's done and how he beat the Celtics, like it's unbelievable. Him and Pau Gasol and like all these players, like, dude, like what he's done on that, how he carried the team, how he led it. And, I know Ron Artest made that last three, but still, it's Kobe Bryant. He deserves it. He's just, what more can I say, man? Everyone covered it already. You see, in this magazine, okay, it talks about everything. Honestly, I could just read this magazine to you guys and have a little story time with Kobe Bryant. But I will not, because I've prepared a whole nother thing. But anyways, I mean, this is something that I picked up, I think, a long time ago. And, I used to have so much more, but this was like the remaining, items that I have left, right? But look at this, man. Like, look at Kobe and like Gigi. Come on, man. Like this moment, and like there's so much amazing moments, right? And so I wish that, Kobe will be remembered through magazines, through podcasts, and like through whatever, social media. Like Kobe, like, if you're an NBA, if you're into basketball, you have to, look at Kobe, and you have to like just, I would say to all the younger kids, like, if you're watching this and if you're a basketball fan, like, please, you have to look up Kobe. Just type Kobe anywhere on the internet and you will find him, and, watch him, please. Okay. So I believe the next. Okay. So, yes, the Mamba Mentality. Okay. Sorry. I went off script, but again, coming back, let me wrap it up right there with the Mamba Mentality. Let's all have it. Okay. Let's encourage one another to have that mentality with whatever we do, with all pursuits of life. We must have that Mamba mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. It's not for everybody, but let's work hard. Let's, put our everything. Let's use passion. Let's use obsession. Let's get motivated, whatever it may take, So, I encourage you. If you're watching this, I hope you're motivated. All right. So after this, I'm gonna go shoot me a little jumper. Okay. Actually, I'm not a lefty, but I'm gonna go shoot me a little jumper. I'm gonna work on my dribbles. I'm gonna work on my layups. Actually, I gotta work on my dribbles, man. I'm not really that good. Like, I'm good with fast breaks, but I'm not like Kyrie or anything. But it encourages you. You love basketball. Once you play basketball, you never quit. If you're 20 or 57, you're still gonna love the game and the sport of basketball. Okay, so let's play basketball, because after this podcast, I might go to the park and hoop. Who knows? I'm going to put this jersey on and we'll see what happens. If you want to see me on the court, look for me in Los Angeles, okay? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you where, but you might see me with this thing on, okay? So stay tuned. We might play basketball with you, okay? So anyways, now moving on, okay? This was my moment, okay? If you're still here, thank you. I'm going to give you a like, okay? You don't have to give me I'm going to give you a like for staying here. So thank you. And so let me get to my favorite Kobe moments, okay? Now, there's probably about 81 different Kobe moments, okay? You got that, 81? But, it's like there's so much more. I could literally talk and talk. There's a lot of moments in here, like the Olympics, the 81-point game. Like there's the Celtics, how he beat the Celtics. Like there's so much, right? And I'm referring to this magazine because I really love it. I just love the Los Angeles Times, shout out Los Angeles Times, and Kobe Bryant, just remembering Kobe Bryant, right? And so, I just keep looking at it. So forgive me, y'all, and my jersey's here. So anyways, to Kobe's moments, okay? Let me not go off script. Let me come back now to Kobe's moments. My favorite, okay? And I just said it. It's the 81-point game. Like, come on, man. The number 2 out of all time. Wilt did the 100. Kobe did 81. Guys, oh my gosh. Can you just, like, making like 20, 30, it's enough. You're good. You ain't got to do much more, okay? Let alone, we're going 40, we're going 50, we're going 60. Now, 60, I think Kobe has about like 5 plus, 60 plus games, I believe. Or I don't know if it's 50 or 60. It's one of those. He has, I think he has a record for that, right? Amazing. And then you hit 70. I can't even imagine how that man was feeling. Like, I know he knew that he had about 70 points. And he's like, you know what? I'm so close. I'm just going to just keep making it. Kobe, like, his number one, I think his language is called give me the ball. Whatever he says, he just says, give me the ball. That's all you have to do. If you're in that last second clutch moment, give Kobe the ball. If you need points, if you need whatever you need, just give Kobe the ball. And so I know he was in the zone. I think there were some interviews. I think there was some interviews that he kind of broke down the 81-point game. I'm not too sure, but I just cannot imagine, like, there's a moment, there's the NBA terms, right? Where like you're in the mode, you're in the zone. You're just in this blur, right? It's just like a blur that happens to players when they're just too hot, right? And so now he gets 81 on the Raptors, which I get it. The Raptors weren't that good. They had like Jalen Rose guarding him or whatever, but other than that, I actually don't know what other players were there. I don't know. The Raptors were just little baby dinosaurs. So Kobe literally destroyed the Raptors, right? So 81 points. My gosh, man. Like, I remember actually, like, I don't remember vividly, but I know that, like, I heard it probably a couple days later, like 81. Like, I thought that was fake too. Like, it's just unreal. Like, the things that Kobe does, like, but at the same time, you're not surprised because that's what he does, right? But anyways, that 81-point game was in history. 100 points. Okay, that's Wilt. That's a different league back in the day when Wilt did 100. Probably no one could stop him. Everyone was probably like the height difference and like just the dominance of Wilt Chamberlain. I get it. 100 points. And actually, yeah, he is a big man, so I give it to him. Making 100 is crazy, but Kobe doing with the 81, like, it's amazing. I think like Clay and Devin Booker, they were pretty close. I think they had like 70, and I think Luka Doncic was like 70. They all had like the 70 points, which is crazy. But 81 points, come on, man. Like, it's I don't think that will ever be done by a single player, like. And I think there's another stat too. Like, literally Kobe outscored the entire Mavericks team. And I forgot what year that was, but there was a stat, right? I think Kobe had like 60 and Mavericks only had like 40. And that's including the entire team. They only had 40. And so Kobe does these incredible things that it will never be imitated again. It will never happen again. So that has to be in everyone's favorite moment. If you're a Kobe fan, I mean, you have to put the 81-point game on your list. And guess what? You know what's so funny? I mean, this is not funny. This is more of like a tribute that I did. When Kobe passed away, I think a few weeks later on, I went to the gym. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work out for Kobe, okay? He's gone. I'm so sad, Gigi, and of course the rest of the passengers in that plane. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on this Mamba mentality. I'm going to live for Kobe, right? Like, so I went to the gym. I had this Mamba mentality on, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to do 81 deadlifts for Kobe. And guess what? It was not just a plate. I did 225 pound, 2 plates deadlift 81 times. Granted, I didn't do it straight. I didn't do 81 straight, but I separated into sets, 10 sets of 8, and then I banged out that last one. I was tired. I should have recorded myself or something, but I had to, I was just in the zone. I took some pre-workout. I did the deadlifts 225 81 times, okay? And that was for Kobe. And I actually did some rows. I put like 5 plates on it. I said, this is for Kobe Bryant. And then, I could barely do one, but I still did it because I wanted to, that's how much I was like, I wanted to have that like Mamba mentality and like give this tribute to Kobe. Again, look, I don't mean to go off script, but again, to everyone in LA, Kobe, you knew Kobe, It's like he's like your neighbor, like, because he was that much of an impact to the LA, Los Angeles community, the city of Los Angeles. It's like literally a family member passed away. And I know you guys all heard that phrase, and it's true, okay? Like Kobe, it's like, wow, Kobe, he passed away. Like you had to do something for him, right? Like there's so much things that, the city of LA did, all the tributes and all the jerseys and like just the things, the candlelights, everything, we all got together and gave it up one time for Kobe. So anyways, that's just a random story that I did for the 81-point game. But let me move on, okay? So another great moment, the 2010 NBA Finals against the Celtics. They won. Like, my gosh, finally, like that's the one that Kobe had to prove. We don't need Shaq no more, okay? All I need, Kobe's like, all I need is Pau Gasol and look at Ron Artest came in and saved the day. And so Kobe, and that's the one I believe, forgive me, I'm so sorry, forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's the one I think he came back. I think the other year they lost to the Celtics, I believe in 2009 or something like that. And then in 2010, Kobe came back and beat the Boston Celtics. Like, what better than to beat the Boston Celtics? Like, I hated all of them. Okay, I hated Kevin Garnett, I hated Rondo, I hated Perkins, I hated Eddie House, Brian Scalabrine, whatever your name was. Like, I hated you too. I'm sorry, but this was back then, so I know hate is a bad word, but all Kendrick Perkins. Oh my gosh, like his big old butt, man. All he did was foul. He made like 2 points, but I will give it to him. He was a defensive prowess. Okay, he had some defensive presence. And so, man, I was such a Boston Celtics hater, man. Like, I needed Kobe Bryant to win. Like, Kobe, like, he did it. Like, he did the fadeaways and like they couldn't stop him. Kevin Garnett, I was actually, low-key, I was afraid of Kevin Garnett because he's a dangerous player now. Like, on that post, once he posts you up, he could either shoot that jump shot or drive it in. Like, Kevin Garnett was kind of scary, but the Lakers team did it. Pau Gasol, mucho good job. Oh my gosh, like you did it, like Pau Gasol. Oh sorry. But Pau Gasol, like amazing. Like I love how him and Kobe were like speaking Spanish, they were speaking it to each other Spanish. It was crazy, amazing moments. But again, that was such a sweet moment for LA. They won the championship. My gosh, like Kobe got the chip. It wasn't COVID. Nothing. There is no excuse. Kobe beat the Celtics fair and square. And so, like, come on, that has to be a moment. I guarantee you that will probably be in Kobe's personal favorite moments also. Like, I guarantee it. That has to be the sweetest thing to get revenge back on the rival Celtics. Like, thank you, Kobe. You did that one. Like, love you for that. We don't like the Celtics out here, but I mean, now it's okay. But back then, we hated the Celtics. And another moment. I'm almost done. Another moment that I just genuinely cherish is it was his last game. Okay, his last Laker game ever. His 60 point. The man made 60 points. Like, I don't know if this was real, but Shaq, I think, was playing around. He's like, Shaq's like, hey, Kobe. I bet you won't make 60. Something like that. Like, it was funny. Like, I think because he was on a roll, I think he already had like 30, but I think Shaq was like, hey, I bet you can't get 60. So I think that kind of turned him on and like he just went straight for 60. And mind you, Kobe was kind of like, he was kind of dry. He wasn't doing that too good. But then, man, he started to turn it up. And it was against Utah. I think at the time it was like Gordon Hayward and like, I don't know. I forgot the other names, but like Kobe making 60 points for his last game and they won. That's amazing. I don't know if it was rigged. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would rig the game too just for Kobe because he's a legend. Because it would be sad if he only had like 15 points and he lost. Like, that's not the way Kobe needs to go. Kobe had a Kobe moment for his last game. Like, it was amazing. Like, against the Utah Jazz at the Staples Center. Incredible. Only Kobe could do that. Like, I don't think anyone else could do that for his last game. Drop 60 on him and win the game. Like, come on, man. Like, that's a legend for you, okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that. Say what you want to say. That's just my personal favorite. So incredible, and moving on to another great moment personally for me. Please let me know about yours. It's the 2006 playoffs, Game 5, specifically Game 5. It's the shot against the Phoenix Suns. Oh my gosh, like the Phoenix Suns back then, you guys might not know. The Phoenix Suns back then, they were dangerous. They had Steve Nash, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire, Leonardo Barbosa. Like, he had a little three, like corner three. He was good. And Raja Bell, like, dude, I did not like Raja Bell, okay? Because his defense, it was pretty good. And he was like this little sharp looking guy, like he was doing good. He was a good defensive player. But man, on those playoff games, like you talking about like in the trenches, those were trenches. Like what Kobe had to go through to get through the Suns. At the time, let me remind you, the Spurs were crazy. In the West, they were all crazy. The Suns were crazy. Like, it was a very scary matchup, Kobe, but I think that was the game. Kobe dunked over Steve Nash. Like, I think it was like an alley-oop, and like Kobe got it with one hand and he dunked it, and Steve Nash was, woo! Like he couldn't even, this is Kobe and this is Steve Nash right here. He dunked it and boom. Like, come on, man. That felt so good. Like, Steve Nash fell to the ground and I felt so bad. But And the shot, he made the game-winning shot against, I think it was Raja Bell. Like, the Suns back then were dangerous, and to win that series, like, come on, only Kobe could do that. Again, Kobe's language is give me the ball. That's all you got to do. Just give Kobe the ball, and he's gonna make it. He's gonna make a play, and just trust him. So that moment against the Suns, Raja, just sit down somewhere. We don't need you, okay? Leonardo Barbosa, don't shoot no more, okay? He shut you down. So those moments, man, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about back then when he went against the Suns, okay? So that was a crazy moment for me. I loved it. I really loved it. That dunk on Steve Nash will be, I think, man, I wish that was the statue, like just like over Steve Nash, just dunk on him. That would have been a dope statue. But anyways, moving on. There's so much, okay? But moving on, man, this kind of hurts me always, but Kobe versus Shaq, honestly, that I was like legit like sad. I was like, come on, man, like Kobe and Shaq, why are you fighting? You guys are both alpha males. I get it. And what's so funny? Like, I think Kobe wanted like Shaq to like be in shape, and he wouldn't be in shape, and he wouldn't give him the ball. And like, I know there's so much altercations, and there's so much stories, right? But the Kobe versus Shaq, that phase, man, as a Laker fan, dude, I was so sad, man. Like, Shaq, that's one of our people, man. But he went to Miami, and now he's with Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade is basically like the next Kobe kind of thing. Like, he's the next rising star. I was so jealous. I was like, bro, why are you even there? Like, what's good in Miami, And then, the first time Kobe and Shaq met up, Lakers in Miami, they met, they didn't even say hi. They just kind of, that's it. They just dapped up and went straight to work. And I think that was the year that they won. I think Miami won the chip. And, oh man, I know Kobe was mad when Shaq won that championship with the Miami Heat. Oh boy, I know Kobe was, where's my thing? This is how Kobe reacted. Like, Shaq, how dare you? But hey, but Dwayne Wade was there. So I mean, Dwayne Wade was a killer too. But hey, I'm telling you that those moments, it hurted me, man. Like, I was so sad, man. Shaq did the three-peat. I mean, like, come on, man. Shaq is a Laker legend too. I will give him that. And so, but it turned out well, right? I think fast forward, they got together in the Western All-Star team, All-Star game, and then they actually won the MVP together. It was cute. It was great. They had a great moment. They held the trophy up together. They were smiling. They dapped each other up. I think they were, grown now, and everything was behind them. And, and then they resulted, I mean, not resulted, but they reconciled, I believe, for what it looks like. You guys saw that TNT sit down with Kobe and Shaq, how they talked it out, hugged it out, and just squashed it. Amazing. And you know what? I'm so glad Shaq was able to sit down and reconcile with Kobe before he passed. Because can you imagine if Shaq never, said, he reconciled to Kobe and Kobe passed away? Like, that would have been so sad. But thank goodness that they sat down together and had that moment. Okay, so that was great. So, the Kobe Shaq will be forever. It's what the NBA needed. It was fun. It was drama. But as a Laker fan, those two are legends, and it will be remembered. Shaq always talks about it, and I know he loved all the moments, the three-peats and the alley-oop to, over Pippen, like, it was crazy moments that, I'm sure Kobe and Shaq had together, and it's just, amazing memories. So, Kobe and Shaq, that's got to be a moment. And a couple more. I got two more, man. All right, so the comparison between the number 8 and number 24, it's like, I love talking about this because it's very, come on, man. Kobe, he made the number change pretty popular. Number 1, he was a killer when he was Kobe number 8 with the afro, right? Afro Kobe, he was young. The dunk contest, he dunked over everybody, and like he was just, I get it. We get the initial air balls that he did for his first game, whatever. But dude, like, Kobe was a killer. He was, head to head against Michael Jordan, the afro, and like, the behind the back fast break and dunking on people, and like, come on, number 8, man, like, and that's who I saw. I saw Afro Kobe, before he got the number 24, but number 8 is vicious, like, he's just a young vicious killer, trying to. He already claimed to be the best player, right? And so, and then the transition happens to become the number 24. There's so many little conspiracies and little reasons why he specifically chose 24. But my favorite was, I think KG, he shared this story. He's like, yo, you know why Kobe changed to 24? Because, Michael was 23. So Kobe Bryant doing 24, so 23, and then he wanted to do 24 because he's saying he's better than Mike. Like, he's one up than Mike. So that's why he chose 24. But I think there's other stories. Like, I think there's like a little cool story behind why the number 24 happened. Like, he wanted a fresh start, something to do with like his high school number, and like they added it up together and then they became 24. I don't know. Or I think that was number 8. But anyways, but when he became 24, I mean, he still got some championships. He was very mature. The Mamba mentality spiked. That's the birth of the Mamba mentality. And number 24, he was definitely like, he became a more team player, right? Because thank God, they brought him some good players, right? Like Paul Gasol, and at the time, like Andrew Bynum, and like Lamar Odom was there. Jordan Farmar was there, and little Luke Walton. Like Luke Walton. I mean, I respect Luke, but come on, man, Luke, you weren't doing that good in the Lakers back then, man. You had one job. All you had to do was shoot 3, and you missed. Come on, man. Like Luke Walton, Bill Walton, you're a legend. But your son at the time, hey, man, look. Much respect to Luke. I hope you're doing good. Luke, if you're watching this, why don't you come on over and sit right here with me and let's have a conversation. But anyways, Brian Cook was there, like Shannon Brown, and like all these other, Laker, team and player teammates were there. So, at the time it was amazing. So, Kobe, like what he did, like at 24, number 24, he was more of a team player, and he knew that he couldn't do it by himself because there were so many good players, man. Like, it was too much. It's impossible. I'm going to say this. If you're in the NBA right now, you need at least 2 to 3 star players. You may be crazy. You may be good. You may be Giannis Antetokounmpo, but you need another player, okay? It's hard to do it at this stage because there's too much good players. Anyways, Kobe became more wiser. And I know it sounds corny, but it's true. He became wiser. He became more of a team player, I think, in my opinion, but still with that vicious mentality. Like that last play, you knew it was going to go to Kobe, right? So, number 24, number 8, it's an amazing comparison. And who can say you have both numbers retired at the crypto.com? I mean, you know what? I'm not even going to call it crypto, okay? I'm going to call it Staples Center, okay? That's the original name, okay? All you Gen Zs and all these people, oh my gosh, I love the crypto.com arena. No, it's the Staples Center. That's what it used to be, okay? Crypto, man, I hate it when they called it. I'm going to go a little off script, but when they changed the name to crypto.com, I was like, oh my, this is a disgrace to LA. Like, come on, man, it's Staples Center, It's the Staples Center, okay? So I don't know why you changed it. Money, probably whatever, you bought it, whatever. But anyways, when Kobe played in the Staples Center, it was through the roof. And this is sad. And honestly, guys, I have to confess. I'm going to go off script. Before anything, I have a confession, okay? It kills me to this day. I never went to the Staples Center. As a young man, loving the Lakers, I was never able to see him. I regret it. That's one of my biggest regrets. If I could go back in time, like Back to the Future and Mr. Dr. Emmett, me and Dr. Emmett, we're going Back to the Future, and I'm gonna watch a Kobe game. That would have been one of my wish. But that's one thing that I regret, man. Like not being able to go like that. My heart sinks every time I even think of that. The fact that I couldn't even see Kobe. But anyways. Coming back, again, number 8, number 24, it's crazy. I've watched literally live. I watched so many of the Kobe games, and like, I was such a fan. I was like a kid just glued to the TV. Yeah, just get him, Kobe. Just when he made the last minute threes, I remember like shouting for joy. We were going crazy, man. Like, so Kobe, again, 8 and number 24, we love it, and those jerseys, it will be forever there at the Staples Center. Those 2 jerseys, number 8 and number 24, who can say that, man? Like, it's going to be there forever. Kobe got the statues already, and we good. Kobe is a forever legend, okay? So anyways, all right, now we're going to go back. Now we're going to wrap it up with this final moment, okay? I believe it's the three-peat. When the Lakers won, I believe it was 2000, 2001, 2002. Let me double check. Yeah, 2000 to 2002, that's when they did the three-peat. Now, think about it, man. Like Kobe and Shaq, they literally won the championship 3 years in a row. That's impeccable. That's legendary. You had to be like at your best shape. Like you had to be focused. At the end, I know I talked about the Kobe and Shaq feud, but when you're locked in, all they wanted to do was win the chip. And what are you going to do? You're going to have to work it out. You're going to have to suck it up. You're going to have to sacrifice. And so when they won those three-peat, like one and then got the two, got the three, man, like you have to, as a Laker fan, you have to put the three-peat. If you don't, I don't know if you're a true Laker fan. Like you had to put, that is one of my personal favorite moments. I was there. I was like watching the game, man. Like it was crazy. Like I just loved Kobe and Shaq at the time. And what are the players back then? Comment. I believe it was like Devin George. You got the Rick Foxes and dang, who else was there? I'm sorry. There's some more names, but of course the legendary Phil Jackson, the triangle offense. Come on, man. Like those were amazing. And there's all these other important role players, I'm sure, that played a big factor. But the three championships, like, come on, man, who could do that? Like they went through Reggie Miller, they went through all these like crazy tough teams, man. Like it was hard, back in the day too. Oh, Allen Iverson. Oh boy, a young Allen Iverson was a dangerous person. Like come on, man. So they went through some tough teams, and I think the Spurs were kind of on the come up, and like there's so many more teams. Okay, so I just want to say that was my moments. Okay, and just to kind of wrap it up, there's just so many things. I want to say there's so much things I still have to get through, but I just want to say this, that Kobe. Actually before I do want to say I wish Kobe and Shaq were together. Sorry for kind of going back, but if they stayed together, they would have gotten 10 championships or something. They would have been the best ever. They would have triumphed Michael Jordan and everything. If Shaq and Kobe stayed maybe 5 more years, oh gosh, like can you imagine what would happen? Like they would have beat everybody. Okay, so that's just a wish, that we could just kind of fantasize about. If they did stay together, they would have won so much championships. So, but it's all good. Kobe did what he did. I'm happy. I'm sure he was happy. He got an Oscar. Like he did amazing things. So his resume, his just his name, his stature, his legend, his legacy is forever. And Kobe will be remembered, obviously forever and ever, especially in LA. The murals are gonna stay. Okay, if you X out a Kobe mural, then you're gonna die. Okay, Kobe is a legend. He's the mayor. He's the governor. He's everything to LA. Okay, especially the basketball community. I think the Mamba Center. I think it's like where is it? Thousand Oaks or something. I think it's still there. And shout out to Miss Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's wife, and I'm sure she's holding it down for Kobe. Like it's just. I'm sure it was heartbreaking, but it looks like she's doing good. She's donating shoes and she's continuing the Kobe legacy, releasing the Kobe shoes and like just doing amazing things. Okay, so shout out to Miss Vanessa Bryant and the rest of your children. We hope you continue to stay strong, and I'm sure you have moments. I get it. Kobe is he will forever be missed, not just by you, but by me, by everybody. Okay, so again. This episode was just for Kobe. I know there's so much more to say, but come on, man. Like Kobe, he's forever. He's a legend, and we're gonna remember him. So, let me know. Please let me know. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to get in, if you're a Kobe fanatic, you're LA born and raised, Laker fan, Kobe fan. He's number one Laker. I'm gonna just say that. Okay. I know there's Magic, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, everybody. There's all these Laker legends, Jerry West. Baylor, everybody, Wilt, but Kobe, he's number one. Okay, so I think that's a good spot for us to end. If you liked this episode, come on, man, it's Kobe. Please give it a like. Write down as much comments as you want. You could write 1, you could write 20, you could write 81 comments if you want to. So please let me know and turn the alarm notifications. I turn mine on. And so it'll keep you up to date. So, with that, we hope you tune in for the next one. Thank you guys so much. Who knows what we're going to talk about? We literally talk about anything, okay? And so stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.